Hello and welcome again to the Bench Report, where we discuss recent debates and briefings from the benches of the UK Parliament. A new topic every episode. You're listening to Amy and Ivan.
Today we're looking into the recent parliamentary discussions marking the 75th commemoration of the Korean War. We'll explore the history and, crucially, its relevance now.
And the timing really underscores that relevance. We learned that North Korea actually fired several short-range ballistic missiles into the East Sea on the very day this debate took place.
It's a very stark reminder, isn't it, that the conflict that started 75 years ago is far from over. The situation remains incredibly volatile.
Absolutely. Now, the parliamentary papers really stressed the scale of Britain's involvement back then.
They did, and it's a figure worth repeating. Over 81,000 British servicemen and women served in Korea. That made the UK contribution the second largest within the UN command, second only to the US.
81,000.
Yeah.
And the human cost, over 1,100 never came home.
That's right. More British lives lost than in Iraq, Afghanistan, and the Falklands conflicts combined.
It seems like such a huge sacrifice, yet sometimes it feels a bit forgotten in the broader narrative of Britain's military history.
I think that's fair to say. The focus often defaults to the U.S. role, perhaps, but the heroism involved, it wasn't just about numbers, it was strategically vital.
And the Battle of the Imjin River in '51 often comes up as a key example of that heroism, doesn't it?
Indeed. The details are quite something. You have just 652 men from the 1st Battalion, the Gloucestershire Regiment, the glorious Glosters, holding off, estimates suggest at least 42,000 Chinese soldiers.
Facing odds of something like 65 to 1, it's almost unimaginable.
Completely outnumbered, surrounded, yet they held their position for 3 critical days.
And in doing so, they stopped the advance on Seoul. That stand was crucial for securing the future of South Korea as a democracy.
Absolutely pivotal. And the cost. Only 67 men from the battalion walked away from that battle. Their bravery earned them the U.S. Presidential Unit Citation.
Which is an incredibly high honor, especially for a non-U.S. unit. It speaks volumes about what they achieved.
It really does. Awarded for extraordinary heroism. Their tactical defiance had immense strategic and, frankly, moral weight.
And you can see the legacy of that sacrifice today, can't you? In that, the completely different paths the two Koreas have taken.
It's one of the starkest contrasts on the planet. South Korea, a thriving, prosperous democracy. It's the world's 13th largest economy, a global cultural powerhouse with K-pop, K-dramas.
And then you look north. The descriptions in the briefings paint a picture of just devastating repression, one of the most brutal regimes in modern history.
The control is absolute. Basic things like internet access are denied. Punishments for perceived dissent, like watching foreign media, can extend to entire families' imprisonment, effectively a slow death sentence in some cases.
And the specific targeting of Christians.
Yeah.
The numbers mentioned are chilling. Estimates of 50,000 to 70,000 detained in political prison camps.
Just for their faith. The UN has described the scale and gravity of these human rights abuses as unparalleled in the contemporary world. It's a humanitarian catastrophe.
Which brings us back to the parliamentary debate and its contemporary focus. They didn't just talk about history.
No, they framed it very much in terms of today's geopolitics. The language used was striking, describing the divide as democracy versus an axis of totalitarianism and authoritarianism.
Explicitly naming China, Russia, North Korea, and Iran in that context. Using the term axis from Parliament, that feels significant.
It's a deliberate strategic framing. It links the historical conflict to current global tensions. The concern isn't just theoretical. It's about North Korea actively supporting Russia's war in Ukraine.
Supplying weapons, potentially even personnel.
Exactly. Providing huge amounts of munitions. It demonstrates how that Cold War fault line is now part of an active, interconnected global challenge affecting security right here in Europe.
There was a phrase that kept coming up in the debate, a kind of motto.
Freedom is not free.
Yes, a reminder of the ongoing cost of liberty and the debt owed to those who fought for it in Korea.
And it leads to a final thought, doesn't it? We remember the armistice was signed in 1953, but technically no formal peace treaty ever ended the Korean War.
It's still officially just a ceasefire.
So the question maybe for you listening is how best to honor those sacrifices now, 75 years on? Is it through continued strength since this perceived axis? Or should there be renewed diplomatic pushes for a formal, lasting peace on the peninsula? What truly secures that hard-won freedom?
Food for thought indeed. As always, find us on social media at Bench Report UK. Get in touch with any topic important to you.
Remember, politics is everyone's business.
Take care.
Hello there, this is Tom, the producer of The Bench Report. Listener suggestions are vital to my mission of making politics more accessible and accountable. So, if you have an issue that's really important to you, personally or professionally, and want to know what those in power are doing about it, please get in touch via email or via our socials at Bench Report UK. I'll grab another coffee and start scanning those parliamentary archives.